Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 4 of our series, and in today's episode, we're going to be editing the UI quite a bit. We're going to be making a custom theme for our game. So let's hop in right into it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in my art folder, go to new resource. I'm going to create a theme. I'm going to make the theme, and I'm just going to call it GUI. No, not HUD. GUI. There we go. I'll do it in all caps. I'm going to save. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to properties or project settings. I'm going to search up theme. GUI theme should pop up. We have custom and custom font. I'm just going to do the custom for now. Go to art, press, and we have to save and reload. And now nothing changed because there's nothing in our theme. But now what we can do, I've imported some themes or some fonts. So I've imported these 3 fonts. I will link it in the description, I think, or you can just find your own fonts that you like. And I've also created these themes or fonts, and to do that, you go dynamic font, you create a dynamic font, create it, go into it, and then so double click it, and then in the font, you just drag in the font that you want. So that's how you set your own fonts. So now I have 3 different dynamic fonts that I can use. We're going to go into theme, so we're going to go to GUI. Now there's a default font that pops up, and we can just pop in song. And now our song pops up everywhere. The default, yeah, there we go. It should work. I'm not sure why it's not popping in our editor, but that's okay. It works in our game. So now our general font looks like this. Maybe we can try closing the main menu and then opening it. Yeah, there we go. Next thing we're going to do in our theme. Now, to add items or to edit, so here's all our things that we use. So there's like buttons, toggle button, disabled, etc., line edit, drop down menu, those kind of things. So we can edit all this and use the GUI thing that we have. So let's do that. So if we go to manage items, we have edit items, and there's nothing in here, so we can't edit anything. We're going to go to import items. We're going to go to filter. Well, the first one is button. We're going to use that. We're going to import with data. We're going to search panel. We're going to import the first one, and we're also going to bring in text. And there's one more. Nope, that's it. Just those 3. And then let's import selected and close it. And now we have all 3 of these. So let's do our button first. Let's do our panel first, actually, because that one's a bit easier. So if I open it, as you can see, we have the default is the style box texture. If I were to pop this guy, there's a bunch of them. So there's stuff box flat. Texture is what we're going to use because the texture is a texture, right? So it's this guy. This is the texture that we want to use. And as you can see, it pops up like this. That's not what we want. But what we can do is in the snap mode, I like to use auto slice sometimes. This one is a bit awkward because the bottom one doesn't let us pick auto slice, but the rest will. So you can see I can select certain ones that are selectable. This doesn't always work perfectly, but that's okay. So we're going to select this one for our panel. And now for so as you can see in when I edit a theme, there's the white box, and that's the actual border of the thing that I'm choosing. And then the inside is going to be the inside of the actual panel. So you can see the preview here. And the way I do this is I just kind of center it. And I bring everything into the middle. So I bring a little box. So now, if I play, hopefully it updated. Yeah, there we go. There's our little panel. Let's edit it a bit more. Or no, sorry, let's bring this in. We want to try to bring it into the screen perfectly. There we go. So now if I play, there's our panel. So now we have a nice panel that looks nice. And let's go back to our theme. And so now our panel looks nice. It'll kind of edit properly. So you can kind of play around with it if you want, but we'll go back to theme. And now we'll close our panel. We're going to go to button. We're going to go to style. And there's quite a few. First, let's do the normal. Let's go to texture, drag in our texture, and then go to texture region. And then in here, we'll do auto slice for this one. We will do this one. And we don't have to edit anything. This is fine. And then we'll go back to our theme. We'll do the pressed. Oh, we have to bring in our texture. For the pressed, we'll do this one. And then we'll go back to our theme. And then for the hover, we'll do, I have to bring in my texture. We'll do the bottom one. So that'll be the hover. And then for the focus, I'm actually going to go into here and I'm going to clear it. I don't want anything for the focus. And then disabled, we're also going to clear that. Most likely we will never disable any buttons, but yeah. All right, so now we have a button that we can hover. So as you can see, the hover is like that. And then if I click it, it looks like I clicked it. And as you can see in the next screen where we have buttons, the button is automatically done. And so, yeah, I think we have to actually go to that screen. Let's go to character select. Let's go into here. Is there any theme overrides? There are not. Very interesting. I'm not too sure why the fonts aren't editing. What we can try to do is reload. Sometimes the theme doesn't always update. Okay, let's try dragging in our theme and see if that helps. Okay, doesn't seem like it is. Okay, that's very strange. What we can do is in our font, we can actually just drag in one of them. All right, there we go. And we'll have to just do custom font, I suppose. So theme override, fonts, drag it in. Ooh, you know, actually what we can do is in our button, there should be fonts. Yeah, we can do that. That could be why, actually. Let's see if that worked. Yep, that did. Okay. So ignore what I just did. We don't have to do the custom font. You can, but that was faster. Okay, let's close this, go back to our main menu. Okay, so now we have a pretty nice game. We have play. We can add, let's see, what else do we have in our GUI? There is options and exit. Well, we can add those. What we can do is we can actually add a container. Let's do a vertical box container. We'll add our button in here. Take our container and move it to the left. And we'll turn on snip. And we'll kind of drag it into the middle. And then I'll duplicate this twice. I'll say options, quit. And I'm actually going to go into each one. I'm going to rename it first. I'm also going to go into each one and disconnect the signal. Now, in order to push them away from each other, this is why a container is pretty nice, because in our container, we can actually go to theme override, separation, and then just increase the separation a little bit. And now, when I play, we have different options. Let's change this one to options. Options. There we go. And the nice thing about this is that the length of them will always change depending on the longest word. So now when I play, I have 3 different selections I can play. Go into here. In our player select, what I'll actually do is I'll do this. So I'll change our panel. I'm going to make it fit the size of the screen, which is right there. Zoom in a little bit. Awesome. So now we can go back to our main menu. Let's close this. We don't need it. Let's go back to main menu. Now if I play, we have this guy. Let's edit it a bit more. Let's actually take this and we can center it. And then I'll put it kind of right there. I'll turn on snap grid, put this there. And then for the right and left, I will keep it like this. Or what we can do is we can actually do this. We can make that signal. And now they're the same length. I'll quit. Let's see. Let's move this one a little to the left. Nice, make it smaller. Yeah, I can. Now I'm just kind of messing around with the sizes and everything. Let's maybe put it right there. See what it looks like. Awesome. Ooh, our panel does not go all the way. Ooh, that is very strange. Let's send it back. Turn off auto grid. Okay, let's make sure it's everywhere. Okay, let's lock it. All right. Awesome. Now our game kind of looks a lot better. We have character selection, which is pretty cool. And obviously you're gonna have to change all this stuff, but that's okay. Let's close this. Let's go back to our world. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a bit of collision. So we're going to actually make a sign. So the first thing we're going to do is add a body. We're going to add a static body. So our goal for this is going to make a sign. We want to make a sign where if I touch it, it gives me text. For now, just to finish the video, I'm actually not going to do all that. I'm going to just make it, and then I'm going to give you homework to do this. So let's make it let's make a new folder for it actually. World objects. And then in here, we'll name this sign. And I'll get you started. So I'll name it sign. Give it a body, collision shape. Give it a rectangle. And we should have a misc for it. Yeah. Oh, we'll just drag it out. So we have the, what do you call it? Sprite. So let's change this a little bit. Let's put it like this. Yeah. All right, so now in our world, I'm going to remove this. And one thing I can actually do is I can actually have a Y sort within Y sort. So the reason I want to do this is because now I can have multiple Y sorts within this main sort, essentially, right? So now I can have one Y sort for objects. So let's say objects. And we don't want the sprite, we want the actual object. And now if I play, oh no, let's put that in there. There we go. Play, select, whatever. We can now interact with it. And if I'm in front of it, our player seems to have too much collision. So let's go back into here and let's change the collision for this guy. Let's change it to let's put our idle on. Yeah, we'll put it right there. So now when I'm in front of the sign, I don't collide with it at all. That's very strange. Let's restart the game. Yeah, there we go. Now I collide with it. And yeah, so I'm behind it. And then here, I'm kind of in front of it. The reason why it's doing this is because the collision is too far down. So let's make it higher. Okay, we're going to have to restart. And actually, what we're going to have to do is drag everything up a little bit. And then let's play, select. The walk animation is also not centered. There we go. Okay, so yeah, now I can collide with it properly, and I always seem ahead of it. So there we go. There's our little collision with our sign. And so now if I'm behind it, looks like I'm behind it. But if I'm in front of it, looks like I'm in front. Okay, so what I want you to do is, I'm going to give you a hint. I want you to find a way to collide with this sign and pop up a text box. One option is Area 2D. That's my hint. That exists. Also, this collision does have. Ooh, no, it doesn't. Area 2D is your best hint. There you go. So for next video, we'll do that, and we might also add save and load, which I was going to do this video, but I forgot. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I'm really excited for this series. I think it might be a bit of a longer series. It'll be fun to kind of make a almost full game. I think we'll do that together, which will be awesome. Later on in the series, I'll also upload a GitHub, so in case you guys want to follow along with that. Yeah, and I'll see you guys next time.